If I can see the world differently now, I can find the love in everything now. If I can walk in someone else's shoes now, I will know what it is to be one with you and me. If I can find my inner peace now, I will see peace everywhere. If I can find the stillness in my mind, I will see the world differently, the world differently. Everyone is here for a reason. Everyone is here to shine their love. If I could see the world differently now, I'd be seeing me as one with you. If I can see the love within me now, I will see the love in you. We all come to shine our light now. We all come to be all we can be, just you and me. If I could see love in everything now, I would see the world differently now. So I will take my vision in my mind now, and I'll see love, and I'll see love, and I'll see I'll see love.
And I see love. Yes, indeed. We see love everywhere we look, and it's a solar eclipse. It's Mercury retrograde. It's Venus retrograde. Oh my goodness, there's so much going on. What are we going to do? The world has gone mad. And I know, we're just all trying to hang on. But this solar eclipse, this new moon, this summer solstice, and about 6 planets retrograde, that'll get your attention. So some of you are experiencing some different feelings in the physical body because the body is recalibrating and we are clearing out a lot of old energy. And I want you to write this down. What is my truth? What is the truth that defines me, and how can I move forward speaking my truth and being my truth, living my truth, and fastening your seatbelts, because it's going to get really intense over the next few months. The energy is just ramping up. And I don't say that for you to go, oh my God, what am I going to do? It's going to be afraid. I'm going to be afraid. It's not fear. It's called, let's prepare for the shifts and the changes. And the way you best prepare is, we cannot anticipate everything that's going to go on in the world. We cannot anticipate everything that's going to go on that's out of our control. We cannot. But what we can do is be rooted in who we are and trust that we are aligned with our highest power. You know, we are being faced with a lot of heavy emotions coming through, and we're being faced with life holding itself in front of you and saying it's time to be accountable for the choices that you've made. It's time to realize that there's a way out of where you are, but you have to make a choice. You cannot sit there any longer and just be. You have to choose. And you have to choose what makes you feel the most peaceful and aligned, and you have to connect in a way that is not based on what other people say or do or what the media is feeding you. It has to be based in who you are and knowing yourself. To thine own self be true. This is where we are right now. Understanding your truth and understanding the truth in spite of all the illusions. And I got to tell you, even some of the illusions that we sold to ourselves as to how our life was or how we imagine it to be, because it's really not everything we thought it was. We've built ourselves on a layer of illusions. And the universe, God, they're asking us to peel away the illusions. The angels are calling you to say, I'm ready to show up and be fully accountable and be an active part of the energy. And yes, I am ready to be a light worker. I am ready to be a way shower. I am ready to move in the direction of my mission, my purpose. And I'm going to align myself with all the right people, and I'm going to choose to disassociate myself, to disconnect from those that are not in my best and highest good. And those that don't want to do their own work and are holding you down, you got to cut the rope. And if they choose to fall, they've got to fall on their own, because that's the only way they will learn to adapt to this new world, to this new energy. No more can we babysit and do for others. We've got to do what is for the highest good of ourselves and thus mankind. Because each one of you being an integral part of this collective conscious energy, it's your time. It is your time to shine. Every one of you has got a spectacular light. But you can dumb it down with the illusions and the stories you've told yourself or the excuses that have made you feel better, or you can, well, put your boots on and get a walking. And figure out which way you want to go. And for some of you, it just may mean just walking away from a lot of things that you've become accustomed to. And if those things you become accustomed to are not in your highest and best good, then guess what? The universe is going to pull it right out from under you. So you got two ways of doing this. You can look at it in the way of, I think I get a feeling of what I need to do next, and I'm going to do it. Or you can take this approach of, well, I'm going to just keep plodding along and hope things get better, and I'm going to do everything I can to keep the illusions up. Lights, camera, action. And then it's all going to come tumbling down and drop right in front of your face. And there'll be no escaping it. There'll be no escaping the lies that you have told. Pure and simple. No escaping the lies that have bound you to a story that now you can't break free of, because you've buried yourself in a storyline that was maybe created by some of your choices and maybe by some of the experiences that were going on around you, that you said, well, I'm going to be like this person, and I'm going to take a little bit of this, and I'm going to please this person. And you lost yourself. Sometimes we feel lost and alone. And the spiritual journey often requires us to walk alone. Even though you're never really alone, because you're always connected to spirit, you're always connected to your guides and your angels, your peeps spiritually are with you. But the real spiritual journey means making a choice and sticking to it and not needing someone else's approval or opinion. You have that power. But we've become conditioned to getting everyone else's opinion. And the true leaders are those who don't wait for someone else's permission. They just do what they need to do because they feel compelled to do it. And even though it's uncomfortable and sometimes can be, well, not easy, they move themselves forward anyhow. And for those of you who are sitting here and you're asking the question, what is my purpose? First, let's look at what do I need to release to step into my purpose. Because this eclipse is going to shake things up, burn out what no longer serves you, and really ask you to be accountable and to really pay attention. And please, I don't mean pay attention to the chatter that's out there coming from all different areas. I mean the chatter that comes from within. The soul self, the self-talk of the soul, not the mind chatter that has been conditioned and programmed by so many other things. It's a time for you to step forward and embrace your gifts. And step forward and shine your light. And do what makes you happy. If it makes you happy, it can't be that bad. And happiness can be found even in the most simple and mundane tasks. If you allow yourself to be in the flow of even a mundane task of sweeping or dusting and just feeling the rhythm, you can feel spirit move through you. Some of you on a spiritual quest, you're waiting for almost Jesus to manifest in front of you in order for you to really say, yeah, I'm in alignment. Alignment is finding joy and peace in the simple things and really feeling at peace with yourself. Alignment is trusting even when you don't see an answer. And alignment is truly embracing love. Not the illusion of love, love. Alignment is being who you've come to be and not worrying what everybody else thinks. Because the one true God, the one flow, the conscious connection that is ever present is fueling your every need and filling you with happiness and childlike joy, that there is nothing that you cannot do, and therefore you do not need the approval of another. It's crazy, but it's the kind of feeling that sets you free. And it doesn't have to be what everybody else is doing. You could wake up tomorrow and say, I want to do a project, and start the project and feel it in your being. And let's look at this now. All of us, one way or another, we're being forced to be kind of on a form of lockdown. Can't really travel the way we used to. Life is forever change, forever change. It will, they can tell you it'll be back in 6 months, but the way we lived life, so footloose, fancy-free, carefree, the things we took for granted, many of those things are not coming back anytime soon. So the only person that you have is you. Don't you think, in spite of whatever else is going on in the world and how things get started and what's behind the scenes, forget that. Don't you think that the hierarchy, the heavenly, divine energy, the planetary forces, don't you think that they have brought us back to a point where we have been before, and some areas we have never crossed before, so that we could do it differently, so that we could come face to face with our past. Many of you, whether you know it or not, were alive in a past pandemic. You were in the embodiment of another human being and you experienced this. So for some of you, this is easy. You've been there, done that. And for others of you, you're grasping with what to do and the answers are inside. You need to only look to yourself now. And within yourself, search to hear the voice of God. And the voice of God will guide you as to what comes next. And following your intuition. And surrounding yourself with people you can count on. Surrounding yourself with the few individuals that support that which you desire to create, and you support that which they desire to create, and together we are creating a different, better world. We are all collaborators in this planet. And you can do this if you step away from a lot of what's being fed to you, and you step into the matters of the heart. And realize that not everything was quite as good as we thought it was. You're just busy. Driven to distraction, busy. So here you are. Here you are in a summer solstice. And we've got a new birth, a new season. We've got a new moon. And we're in the halfway mark. We had a lunar eclipse. We're in our solar eclipse energy. We've got another eclipse coming in just 2 weeks. Bam. You are sandwiched right in between your destiny, your fate. You've got the answers. They've been showing up with you to you for a very long time, but you have not taken the time to notice. And now you're on lockdown, so you can notice. So we're going to connect to all of you today and answer your individual questions. We're going to line up some cards and make those connections. We're going to do a group reading so that we get an idea of what's coming for everyone this week. It's Sunday Funday here with me, SarahSpiritual, and we're glad to have you here. And for those of you who are fathers, happy Father's Day. And those of you who are missing your dad because he's not with us in the physical embodiment, then we send you love and healing. And know that even though your father is not present with you here today, that he is enjoying the most beautiful of Father's Day. Because for you to keep him in your heart and in your mind, you are forever connected to him, whether he is here in physical body or not. So I want to take a look and see what's going on in Facebook. We want to say hi to everyone and see how we're doing here. And of course, here at SarahSpiritual, we've got our full setup and we are answering your questions, and I've got Helena here. So let's see what's going on. Helena, how's it going here?
I got Helena Cam ready. We also got Card Cam today. We are on top of things, and the sun is making its appearance. You said no sun today, and look who's here.
I said no sun, and the sun's, well, you know, we're having that solar eclipse, and it's decided, hey, we want to, yeah.
Y'all got card messages, y'all said sun, I'm in.
It said we're in and we are in, and I want to thank everyone for joining us, and share the page if you would. Let's just kind of make that connection. Share the page. I know I'm going to share it here, and we're going to share it again. We got some shares coming up here, so come on and join us. Share the page for just a minute. We're going to be putting the cards down so that we can give you some answers. I know a lot of you are going through a tough time. I know my phone is ringing, my text messages are ringing, my Facebook Messenger, my Instagram Messenger. Oh my God. Breathe, everyone, just breathe. It's going to be okay. I promise it's going to be okay. Well, I kind of promise. You're going to have a couple of things to overcome. But we can do this, and we can do this together, because that's why we are family. So Helena, what's the action going on like here? What we got going on?
You're saying I'm a little low. That might fix it now. So hopefully
What?
you guys can hear me now.
Okay, there we
Maybe
go.
I was just in my very white.
All right, Barry, calm down. Talk about illusions. Imagining Helena as Barry White. I don't think we can do that. Another love like mine. Go ahead.
Wow, that's just some good music right there.
That's some good music. That's some good music. Not quite a Sunday Funday theme. That might be our Friday night fantasy night. But we should do that show, Friday Night Fantasy with SarahSpiritual. We never know what's going to come up there. But we are really glad to have you here. We're going to open up and give you some cards, and we're going to tune in. Well, we are tuning in from a perspective of spirit, your guides, your angels, your loved ones. We're just going to bring them all in, and we're going to see what we got going on. But for now, we are going to put some cards down for the group, for everyone who's here in the chat room here. Let me know that you're here. Say, hey, SarahSpiritual. Let me know. Let me see your name in the chat. We've got our love cards that we're going to be working with. And we got some Gabriel cards. You know, good old Doreen Virtue. She had some Gabriel cards she put out. And then we've got this Mystical Wisdom card. Kind of a pretty looking card. But I rely on what I hear. We're going to shuffle them up a bit. Get ourselves nice and ready for everyone. Feeling like the group is just trying to gather what's going on in the world. I'm getting a sense that a lot of people in this group have just been feeling kind of lethargic, a little heavy. I'm actually thinking that maybe we've had some restless nights, some broken sleep, talking about headaches a little earlier. I think some people are kind of feeling this energy shift. So go ahead and put into the comments what you're feeling here in the shift, because it's a powerful shift, and you are definitely going to transform through this one. Now, are you going to go to your best possible story? Or, Lord, are you going to that nightmare story? You don't want to go there. Please don't go that way. You want to pick the train that takes you down the highway of light and love. You don't want to go through some movie show horror. All right, let's see who we got here. Hello, everybody. Yeah, so we've got Marcy says she had a headache all day. Oh, who else? Who else is kind of feeling the feeling of the electric feeling of the solar eclipse? We're going to take our cards. We're going to spread them out here in front of me. And we're going to pick 3 cards from our Mystical Wisdom for the group. And I want everyone to just focus on what your questions are. We are going to answer individual questions. We are going to do that as well. So the first card is memories. Yeah, we want to talk about those memories. We want to feel those memories. We want to express those memories. And you got to understand that your memories are really powerful. And they can bring forth a lot of change for you. And I'm hearing that song in my head. Memories all alone in the moonlight. I can smile at the old days. Life was beautiful then. We got memories. And we've all been kind of going through our memories, especially since this change has come upon us. Since the mid-February, when everything started to get weird, then we had to ask ourselves, what was it like before this? Oh my God, I miss those days. So we've got a lot of memories coming up, and also because it's Father's Day, I would imagine a lot of you're feeling the feeling of missing loved ones. And Archangel Gabriel is the messenger of creativity. So Archangel Gabriel is going to come and he's going to give you the messages, what you need to do to get creative, to create your new life, your new attitude, your new way of being. You've got to tune into the angels. You know, when you feel stuck and you realize you cannot do it alone, you've got to look to the angels. There's a song from Finian's Rainbow that says, look, look, look to the rainbow. Look to the rainbow and follow the stars. Right? So you've got to look beyond where you are and trust that even in nature you're going to find all the answers that you need. And then, of course, the angel of miracles. Open your heart and expect a miracle. Now, I'm going to say this. I know that a lot of people in the feed were going through some really difficult times. And these difficult times are making it so challenging financially, emotionally. A lot of you are battling with depression, and maybe you've got anything going on in the physical body, and now it's being exacerbated because you can't distract yourself or be in a better state of mind. So we want to ask the angel of miracles to intervene on your behalf, and you want to expect a miracle. I wish I could tell you the pandemic's going to go away in a week, but we know that may not happen quite so easily, not expecting it to, but we can ask for miracles, everyday miracles that make our life better in spite of something that is globally disruptive for all of us here. So we've got our 3 mystical wisdom cards, and we want to thank the Mystical Wisdom deck for giving us this information. We're going to pull 2 Gabriel cards for the group here, so I want everyone to focus on what your intentions are. And Helena's saying in the chat she had a hard time falling asleep. Yep, some people had a hard time falling asleep. Some people had a hard time staying asleep here. So yeah, that was a rough one for a lot of people. Then try waking up. That was a whole nother story. I wanted to wake up, and my little body said, oh, we're not getting up. I said, oh, we need to get up. That was the struggle, and the struggle was real. All right, perfectionism. You know, we can be perfect in so many ways, but when we go into this energy of perfectionism, it sometimes creates rigidity. We don't want to feel rigid in our life. We've got to be open to new possibilities. We can't expect everything to be perfect in the physical world, because that's asking the impossible. But in the divine world, everything is and always will be perfect. It's perfectly aligning. It's just you could take the comfortable path of alignment or the uncomfortable path of alignment. And we're going to take the next Gabriel card, and that is vulnerability. In order to accomplish your real mission, in order to really have the relationships and the life and the quality of life that you say you want, you need to experience vulnerability. And you have to open yourself up and be vulnerable. You know, we've been walking around kind of like the Walking Dead, very guarded, not really opening up our hearts, not really connecting to people. We say we're connecting, but now we are forced to connect with ourselves. You cannot connect with someone else if you're not in tune with yourself. Bam, drop the mic. There is no getting around it. If you are not in tune with yourself, you most certainly cannot tune in to someone else. You've got to know you, even if you're still working on yourself, because we are all a work in progress. So no one is above anyone. We are all developing, and some of us have developed at a higher rate. Some of us have done more work. We've put the work in our own being, in our own existence, and we've taken note of what requires more attention and accountability. That is the true path of all of us. And then if you want to be vulnerable with someone else, you first have to look at what isn't aligned within yourself and be kind to yourself. If you are criticizing yourself, then I can promise you that other people will criticize you too, because that's the vibe you're giving out. You've got to be your own best friend. You've got to be the person who pats yourself on the back. You've got to be the person who feels within the core of your being that you're good, that you're right, that you're tuned in, you're tapped on, and you're in this place of alignment of God. And that you know that there's a mission for you. Even if you haven't figured out all the details, that's okay. But you have to show up every day, and you've got to do the disciplinary work. I mean, follow the path. Do what you need to do every day. And those of you who want to help other people, then you have to show up for yourself first, and you have to do the work. It takes time and dedication. Every day I get up and I go to work, and I work for Spirit. I work with all of you. You may be my client. I may be for that 30 minutes working with you, but essentially I work for Spirit. And it doesn't matter what's going on, I show up every day. And in order for me to understand, I have to understand myself. In order for me to have empathy for you, I have to be able to have empathy for myself. I have to feel connected to spirit. And I have to be able to disconnect with what's not working for me in a particular day if something comes up. I mean, there have been some Mercury retrogrades, there have been some retrogrades, there have been some things that have happened because things were not lined up astrologically speaking, things were not lined up spiritually speaking. And I had to deal with it anyhow and show up every day and work for my boss, aka spirit. So I would be a spirit employee. And I strongly encourage all of you to become a spirit employee too, because although we may not have time off and we might not, get a paycheck per se the same way, we get some real good perks in the spirit world. And we've got our love cards. I absolutely love these cards. We're pulling these for the group here. Want to know what love has for you? We want to bring love, have love, be love. What about love? What about it? We're going to take these cards and we're going to spread them out for all of you. And we're going to pick 3 love cards. Spirit's telling me to pick 3 love cards for the group here. I know some of you have love questions too. Speaking of love, I see One Love is in the house. Let's see here. We got one. Who else we got here? Melanie Long. Thank you, Melanie Long, for sharing. Good to see you here. We got Caitlin is here. We got Cindy. Hey, Cindy, good to see you again. Oh, another one fell. So I guess we're getting 4 heart cards because I'll work for Spirit. Spirit said, leave it on the table, SarahSpiritual. So we're going to leave this one for last because I got a feeling. All right, first love card is trust. Transformation occurs when you trust. If there was ever a word for all of us right now, is we better trust. You better fasten your seatbelts and trust that the ride may be bumpy, but you will land smoothly and get to the other side. But it's time. It's time to choose what side you on. Yeah, you on the light side or you're on the partly cloudy dark side. What side do you want to be on? It's your time. We got to decide here. And the next love card is new beginnings. New adventures await us. Yep, new adventures. New dawn, it's a new day, it's a new adventure. And this adventure might start out like a sci-fi movie, but eventually we've got our happy ending coming. So just because we're feeling like a little weird doesn't mean something great isn't coming on the other side. You just got to do what you need to do for yourself and do the work. And then emotions are a natural part of life. Emotion is part of the physical experience as a physical being. So as a physical being, your emotions are part of this human experience. So you need to feel them. You need to allow them to push through you and flow with ease and grace. But we cannot let our emotions run the show. You, in your soul, in your spirit, have to govern your thoughts and emotions. And you have to be careful not to let them run away with you, because that can take you down a dark path or a rabbit hole with Alice in Wonderland, and you might not be coming back up. Now let's take a look at that 4th card that fell that Spirit said, oh no, SarahSpiritual, you leave that on the table. This is our final love card, heart card. And this is close your eyes and tell yourself you deserve to feel joyful. You can allow joy in your life regardless of the circumstances that are currently in your life. Well, thank you, everyone, because that about sums it all. We have to be open to joy and allow joy to flow into our life, and regardless of the circumstances, we can still experience joy. So even if we're on lockdown, even if we have not been rehired by our job, there's still joy to be found. There's still experiences that can tune you into this heartfelt connection with the divine and feel joy. So I encourage all of you to find the joy in the simplest of moments. So there we go. We've got this beautiful energy, and this energy of joy, may it be with all of you, and may you have joyful joy. Not just regular joy, joyful joy and glee. Glee is that excitement that you see in a child's eyes when they realize Santa Claus really does exist and Santa Claus came. I hope you all believe in Santa Claus, because there is a Santa Claus. Yes, indeed, there's a Santa Claus, and guess what? We are 6 months away from Christmas. How's that working for you? I know some of us are like, Lord, get me to Christmas. I can't wait for Christmas. Yep, new life, new beginning. By the end of the year, we'll see what shakes. Going to be an interesting time. So I welcome everyone here. Let's tune in and tap into this energy. Post your question once if you can. Give us your birthday. Give us your question. We like some high-level learning questions. We want a question that's going to give you the direction that you need to fulfill your goals and to move you forward in a proper direction here. And we've got some animals here in the house. Not here. Here in my mystical wisdom cards. Many of you love your animals. They are your unconditional love bond. So they really help you. You know, I have to say, I had such a love bug session with my little kitty cat Cleopatra today. It was love bug time. She was so cute. Why are you meowing to yourself, Helena? Aw. Yeah, my cat was really mushy today. I was like, okay, what's up? Is the end of the world? You're trying to say goodbye? Like, tell me, cat, you got a story? Like, tell me now. What do your kitty cat senses tell you? What are those whiskers telling you? And she's just like, I love you, SarahSpiritual. I'm like, okay, I love you too, kitty. So just please tell me it's not the end of the world. No, I'm kidding. It's not the end of the world. Although if you listen to the news, it is, but that's okay. We're fine. All right, everyone, I want to answer your questions, and we're going to do some healing here today, and we're going to tune in. We got Mercury going retrograde. For those of you who don't really know a lot about Mercury retrograde, actually we've got a lot of planets that are retrograde, so it's going to be really raw and rough, and you're going to feel a lot of things coming up. So if you feel things coming up, work through it. If you push it back down, it's going to be like when you stuff yourself and you overeat, it's going to come up and it's not going to be pretty. So upchuck is never pretty, people. Let's let it be. Let it come out. Let it flow. You've got to process all of this now. And you've got to know what you want. What if they told you that before they locked a building, you had 60 seconds to decide where you wanted to go? And you could go out, or you could pick any room in the building or the beautiful facility that you wanted. But you only have 60 seconds to decide. And then whatever you choose, you're going to be locked in it for about 6 months. Can you decide your life in 60 seconds? No. But I'm going to tell you, we've had 6 months. Well, actually, we have more than that. We've been trying to decide what room and where we want it to be since the end of last year. And some of you are still walking in circles going, I don't know what I want to do. It's not easy. But in 60 seconds, at any minute, if we learned anything from what's going on, at any minute, bam, the world you know can change. So in 60 seconds, if I said, where do you want to be? Who do you want to be with? What do you want your life to be? Go, you can do anything, but you got to decide in 60 seconds and be on the side that's going to take you there. Could you get it together fast enough? And if your answer is no, then you got some work to do, my friend, and hurry up. Spirit's like, hurry the heck up. Tell them to go. Now's the time. Go. Where do you want to be? What do you want your life to look like? Or do you want to get locked in some confusing, dense paradigm that's not your reality? But it is now, because you were walking in circles trying to figure out where you're going. Now it's going to work for you. So I strongly suggest that you all use this new moon time to manifest and create. Use these next, Spirit's telling me 3 days. Don't ask me why 3 days. They tell me 3 days. The next 3 days, I'm watching you. I'm watching you, Spirit says. Decide what you want to do. Or decide what you need to change to make it better. Do something. Don't just sit there and look at the stars and say, oh, it's Mercury retrograde. I better hide. Don't just sit there and go, okay, Venus has been retrograde. It's really messed up my love life. And hide. Don't be going, oh, Pluto's retrograde, and hide. There's no hiding. The way things are right now, everything is pushing you to step forward and make a choice. So we're going to make some choices. So I want those questions that you ask to be of a higher level. Let's let your question assist you and help everybody else. So let's see, who do we have? What's going on here? I see we got quite a few people in the chat. And as you joined us, if you please share the page. I greatly appreciate it. Like the page, follow the page, hang with us. Go to SarahSpiritual.com if you want to learn more about me and the work I do. If you're just joining us for the first time, I have a center in West Palm Beach where it's an enlightenment center. You can find crystals, and we got a lot of new crystals in. You can find spiritual cards. We've got books. We've got herbs. We've got incense. We've got a lot of cool things. I have sprays and oils, most of which I make myself. I'm a busy girl in my part-time. When do I make all that product? How does that even happen, Helena?
It just does.
Describe what it's like in the kitchen with Sarah Spiritual.
Grab me this. Grab me this. Okay, I'm going to do this. And then, hold on, let me do this. Let me read somebody, and then I'm going to help 3 more people, and then mix this, and then here you go, bottle it. And that's on the shelf.
It's on the shelf. Just like that. Yep. And I get about 5 or 6 product downloads when I get new products at a time. So we just need people ready to just grab. And I'm like this bizarre, I don't know, Einstein mixologist. I don't know. It's just crazy stuff. It's like a magic formula that comes over me. And I go like this, and then I shove it in someone's face, go, smell this. And they're like, oh, that's good. Wait. And then I add something else, and I go, now smell this. And they're like, oh my God. I'm like, that's it. And then I mix it up, and I go, okay, bottle it. And I walk out, and I go read another person. That's how we create it. Sarah Spiritual, the Expedito Enlightenment Center. Ooh, someone here is getting married. Who's getting married in the feed? Somebody here is getting married. Raise your hand if you want to get married. It's a little paperwork, but we got it here going on here. Someone's getting married. And someone's got divine life and fortune. Helena's like, oh Lord, it's not me. Helena's like looking like she just saw a ghost. Not you. It's not you, right? Not you. We have Ralph, my pet fly that seems to want to stay here. So everyone see Ralph. He's on top of the camera right now. Hey Ralph, how you doing? Ralph, you're just, you and Buddha are gonna have a party, and you ain't gonna live long when I get done with the show. But Ralph, welcome to the show. I got my little pet fly that flew in. He's just on top of the camera, and I'm looking at the camera, and Ralph is on top of the camera going, hey, Sarah Spiritual, try to kill me now. I'm on your camera. Ralph, you're going down when the show's over. I'm like, I got a pet fly, everyone. We are answering your question. Ralph, are you gonna move? You're distracting me. All right, we're getting fly messages apparently. All right, who do we have a question from? Enough messing around here, everyone. We got some important business going on because we got a lot going on in the world. So, Helena, what do we got?
We are starting with Florabelle.
Florabelle, yes, please, Florabelle. Take the fly is still here.
She said, I'm at my lowest right now. She's the one who asked before about her person whose relationship's complicated. He ghosted her for 2 weeks, and now he's already posted about a new girl on his social media. She's trying to let go, but it's really hard.
Ralph took flight on that one. So Florabelle, let that be a lesson to you. You got to fly like my fly, honey. I know it hurts, Florabelle, but clearly someone who is not aligned with commitment and not taking things seriously, and you deserve better than that. And when I look at your birthday and I look at the energy that's around you, the first thing that they make me aware of is that you're closing out a lot of things in your life between the end of this year and all through next year. So the next 18 months, it's a clearing process. And he was part of clearing out a pattern of relationships that you had before. And I see here, Florabelle, that there's a lot of confusion around you. The Spirit gives me that, so we'll go to our camera here. So Florabelle can see the card that flipped up for her. And, we've got this nice Queen of Pentacles that represents you, Florabelle, that came up. And This is giving me this information that there's a lot of success that's meant to come for you. You are a stately being. You have connections. You are in alignment with nature and love, and you can have everything that you want. But this confusion is telling me that, you know, you're kind of hanging yourself up. You're not really letting go and letting things flow for yourself. So Floribel, you've got to let this go, and it's not going to be easy, but make the choice to let it go now. And I promise, I spy with my SarahSpiritual eye, there's a new love in town, and there's a division here that you're experiencing. We see it, we feel that division, but the Empress is coming to give you fertility, rebirth. You're going to grow into a new way of being. And the world, the fulfilled living, everything that you want is here as you desire it. But what are you doing, Floribel? I can't live if living is without you. I can't give anymore. And you're like crying in your bed. Stop crying for the man, honey. Please. He showed you who he is. You done. New love's coming. We got the cards to prove it. Floribel, dry your eyes. Release him. New love's coming. Sorry you're going through this, but we are going to create a new life for you. Who else do we have here? Oh, someone's got money coming to them. Who else we got?
Maybe it's Marty, because Marty's wondering, what are the best cards for me to begin with?
Oh, I love that question. You know, I like the Rider-Waite, the Golden Wheel Tarot. We've got quite a few cards at the center. The Mystical Wisdom cards are great. You know, Marty, if you want me to personally pick out a deck from my stash at the Expedito Enlightenment Center, we got new cards in and we got more coming. I'd be happy to pick a deck of cards that I think would radiate with you. We've actually got mermaid and mermaid oracles. We've got unicorns. We've got dragons. We've got, oh my God, Helena, you've got to pick somewhere.
I do, and I can actually tell you. Hold on.
Yeah, see if you can post it. I don't know if you can post it, but.
Crystal Mandala, Oracle of Fairies, the Good Tarot, Atlantis cards.
Oh, the Atlantis cards. Yeah, go to our Instagram page and go to the Expedito Enlightenment Center on Facebook. We just posted some of those cards and books. But Marty, inbox me. I'll help you pick out a nice deck of cards. But I want you to tap into something that, listen, no offense to Doreen Virtue. Love her dearly. She has her path. But these cards, I can't stay tuned into spirit if I got to be like blah, 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 blah. Well, what does that mean? Like, that's Doreen Virtue's message. That's not my message. So I can take the word and run with it because I have to listen to spirit. But how do we start? These cards help you start. They do. Because they kind of infuse a thought process. But is it your thought process, and are you piggybacking over what her energy was when she made the cards? Or do you want to be clear, tuned in, and tapped in? I'd rather be clear, tuned in, and tapped in. I want to know I'm talking to spirit. I don't want to know I'm talking to my imagination and a bunch of words. But they're pretty cards. I like these cards. But for you, I really want something that's going to expand your creativity, Marty. I say that to anyone who wants to learn the cards. They're powerful, powerful tool. Who else do we have? We got Mercury retrograde, everyone. What day is this? Day 3? When did it go retrograde? The 17th? Well, day 4. Oh my God. Yay. 17 more days to go. But who's counting? All right, what else we got?
So I have Grace Conray. She says she doesn't know how to say this, but she says, I feel or have a sense of physical death in others, and this scares me. I don't know why. And she's kind of a little scared that we won't understand.
Oh, I get it. You can see the energy that is beckoning them for transition of the cause of death. It's gift. Of course, it's not exactly what people want to sit across from you and hear. You'd be like, good to see you, nice to have coffee. The way I'm reading your energy, you got about 4 more years. Yeah, probably going to be a heart attack. Not good dinner conversation. I get it. But Grace, it's showing you to trust that you're reading people's energy. And with that information, You can encourage them to have the best quality life they ever wanted to have. And you don't have to say what you see from that perspective. You're getting a sense of an end for someone's life cycle. It's not the end of their spirit. So in a way, it will help people understand their importance in this life and precious time. Of course we understand that. You're just reading the energy, Grace. That's all you're doing. And you can control that. And to everyone who sees spirit and feels things, you can ask spirit to morph it. You can work with spirit to fine-tune how the information comes. It takes relationship building. It's like any relationship. In the beginning, it's all smoochy and lovely and wonderful because it's new. Then we settle in, and then times is not so wonderful. And you've got to work through those times and understand what the other person means when they say something or do something, and the other person put themselves in their shoes and vice versa. And it takes growing together. We are growing, we fall in love with the idea of someone, and then we have to grow into all the aspects of them. So this is just like what it means to work with spirit. You fall in love with the idea of being connected with spirit, and oh, the angels are talking to me, and we get all excited. But we really want to build the relationship with spirit, and that takes dedication and it takes time. And I'm not going to say it takes work. It just takes you showing up and hearing spirit and then saying to spirit, thank you for the information. Can we present it to me this way? I'm real clear with them. I'm like, listen, guys, let's go this way. Go this way with this, because I can relate to it that way. If they don't accommodate me, that's because they want me to learn something so that I can grow in a different way in my spirituality. So we get it, Grace Conwright. We won't call you the Grim Reaper. No, you're just reading energy, honey. And let the sun shine for Grace Conwright, because we got the sun card, and life is going to work for you. And there's a great vibration coming for you of success. Thank you, Grace. Who else do we have? I love when we get that card.
Reminds me of, after that, there's a second song after the Age of Aquarius one, and they sing Let the Sun Shine.
Let the sun shine, let the sun shine, the sun shine. All together now, the sunshine. I don't hear you guys singing on Facebook. Wait, are we singing? Why don't I hear? We got to have a group song. That's what we need.
The higher register in my head. I don't want to hear it.
We don't want to hear it, no, because we didn't warm up yet today. That's all. Helena can sing. She's still got to go. Me, 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 me. Oh. Okay, not today. All right.
Not for me.
All right, Alice.
She needs a little direction on her career and job.
Alice. Where do I begin? Let's see, Alice. I see a lot of people connected to you. I see like a lot of people like being with you. They I feel like you need a purpose that helps people, that you are of service with people. Let's take a look, see what the cards got for us here. We got our card deck going here today. I don't know, I just can't seem to put them down, so we're going to go with it today. Right now, Alice is feeling like she's kind of juggling. Things aren't quite flowing the way you want to. But I feel like your career job has to be something that manages a project that benefits people, or you do work that helps people, Alice. And the way they show your energy right now, this is a very creative time. So something that engages and brings forth your creativity, Alice, would be best. Because right now, Miss Alice is feeling stuck and stagnant, and you're not really seeing all the changes coming. Put that right there. But we're going to take a mystical wisdom card for Alice, because that's what they're telling me to do. And we're going to tune into everybody here and answer your questions. Take a leap of faith, Alice. The Dove card from the mystical wisdom card deck is here. So from stagnation, you're just going to have to take a leap of faith as to what makes you feel good. If it makes you happy. Yep, it can't be that bad, my darling. So we're going to see you helping people. That's where I see you. You're going to make a career change that is Fulfilling is the word they give me. You want to be fulfilled, eh? We're going to bring you some fulfillment, Alice. Thank you so much for joining us here for our Sunday Funday. If you're just joining us, I am SarahSpiritual. Glad to have you here. We're having a magnificent Sunday Funday. Hope you're having a fabulous Father's Day, a spectacular new moon, a happy summer solstice, a fiery solar ring of fire eclipse, and sucking it up for Mercury retrograde. Yes, indeed. And a couple other planets just popping up and over the place. We got some happily ever afters here in this feed. Who else do we have?
Next, I got Iris.
Iris.
Asking, will my health ever get better?
It will, Iris. You know, the interesting thing about this journey for you is a lot of the health, even though I realize it's physical, a lot of the health is rooted in your emotions. And as you work through some of the emotional things, your health will improve. I hear the word manageable, and I feel relief. And I'm going to place a timeline on this because you've been doing a lot of extra work with yourself, Iris. I feel like we don't feel like we can live our life and we can't show up the way we want because we feel slowed down, lethargic. I feel hurt, pain in the physical body. So Iris, when I move you forward, because you're doing a lot of work with spirit and you're showing up to align with yourself, I really feel like as October comes, there's some improvement in your energy that allows you to feel better. And it may take a little bit of a catalyst. You know, I see like a catalyst of change coming that really kind of gives you a bit of another idea to where to go and a wake-up call. This is how I see the energy for you, Iris. But I do feel like health is going to improve. So it's not will I ever. It's like it's coming, and I feel it coming soon. And I choose to design with spirit a recovery and a redesign of my physical body and makeup by October. And I want you to focus on that. I know it's been a rough road, Iris. We send you healing angels to assist you on this journey of healing. Who else do we have here, Helena?
Next, I have Deborah Cumberledge. She says, I am not sure what to do right now to create my career. I feel like I'm not doing my part.
Sometimes our part is doing nothing at all. And for you, this is an expansive time, and we have to be in the state of allowing. I don't believe the right people have shown up to open up the career the way you want. I feel like your career cannot be done completely alone. We need the right opportunity or person to step forward for it to unfold, and it hasn't happened yet. And I feel like this time of setback that we are experiencing globally is also a reset, and this reset is allowing you to reset and fine-tune your intentions for your career so that you can move forward. Deborah, it's going to change. I do see it changing. Hold on and trust. New things are coming. I believe that when we take you out of this 2020 year and we poise you onto the beginning of 2021, as you're poised to go into the 2021, you're going to have a much clearer idea and have your foot upon the path, and things will be lining up and starting to happen like dominoes falling. Boom, 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 boom. Everything falls into place. Thank you so much for your Facebook question. Who else do we have?
Got Anita Joseph asking, I'm dating a new man. Should I end it?
Well, first of all, I remember you asking if you're going to have a date not too long ago, and we said a date is coming. So now we got to see if this is the temporary date or the one we're going to keep. Let me take a look at here. I got to look at his I looked at his birthday. Woo. He's going through a rough time. I think you stepped into a hornet's nest of problems over there. So Anita, I can't tell you whether you should end it, but I feel as if, Anita Joseph, that he's just going through a major transition, and I just don't feel like he can show up and be present in a relationship the way you want a relationship to be, and you are not riding in on a horse and rescuing this man. So Anita Joseph, I feel like too much is going on for him this year. It's not going to be beneficial in the relationship department for you to receive what you feel you deserve in your life in the way of love. So that's your answer. What you do with the information, that is totally up to you, Anita Joseph. Thank you so much for your Facebook question. Who else do we have?
Next I have Marcy Smith. She says, I always see the numbers 711, 513, 311, or anything ending Is there a message for me?
1111, 11 is the portal, 11 is a master number. It also breaks down, if I add 11, 1 and 1 is 2. 2 is the universal love number, the unconditional love number, the number of self-love and God's love, fully present, fully connected. So you are being shown that there is luck coming for you, that the Holy Trinity is with you, and it's matched with the master number that breaks down to love. So you have all the energy, and 5 is representing the changes that are coming. So the changes in your life are meant to bring you more love, deeper connection with Spirit, God's love. The 7 is going to bring you some fortuitous experiences, and we're going to feel fortuitous experiences and feel connected with God and the power of love. And the 3 is going to represent the expansion you're going to receive, but it's in the name of the 3 holy energies, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, all connected together, also forming a very powerful pyramid in your life so that everything will flow. And 1111, there's the gates of heaven, it's the power and the energy. 111 means changes are coming, honey. Fasten your seatbelt and keep your thoughts aligned in what you want to create and upon the destination, because to take your mind off and focus on a worry or a problem is only going to slow down the motion. That's what they got for your 711, 311, 511, 111, and 1111. So that was a mouthful, Marcy. So thank you so much. You are in divine alignment. That's what that message is. Thanks so much for your Facebook question. Who else do we have? Wow, that was fast. I was like, whoo. That just...
We got a lot to say.
We got a lot to say. We're going to say it so fast, SarahSpiritual. We're going to see how fast you can. She sells seashells down by the seashore. It was like a tongue twister for me. What else we got?
We got Nesh Donaldson.
Hey, Nesh.
Does Spirit have a word on the direction I should go from here with my business? Not sure I'm headed in the right direction.
Choices. Interesting here. So, Nesh, you have to pay attention to what gets presented to you. You're worrying about some of the details and the how-tos and the fine-tunes, but right here, Spirit is bringing, right there, here's an offer, an opportunity. Nesh, look in front of you. It's right there in front of you. If it does not manifest in front of you, then you're focusing on the wrong things. So you have to focus on what Spirit presents next in your allowing and in the asking it'll be given, so that it can lead you to the perfect next step and direction. Spirit is going to give you a clue. This represents that they're coming to give you a clue. I'm going to give you about 3 weeks for an aha moment. They give me the number 3. I don't want to hold it to 3 months. I'm going to say it's 3 weeks, 3 days, 3 weeks, but we're going to say it's 3 weeks because that's what it feels like to me in the energy. And I spy with my SarahSpiritual eye, I see divine energy presenting this to you so that you can make your right next step. Don't worry about all the problems, all the things you got to figure out, what's done and what's not done. Focus on what Spirit says. Look over here. And there, the Garden of Eden will await you, my friend. Thank you so much for your Facebook question. Who else do we have here on Facebook? Welcome those of you who are joining us here. I am SarahSpiritual. And share the page if you'd be so kind. And give us a comment in the feed. Let us know how you're doing, what's happening. And please give us your question with your birthday and a high-level question. We want to know what's going to help assist you in shifting your life, and possibly your question is someone else's question, therefore you hold the answer to the question of many in the group. Wow, we are so connected here. Who else do we have?
I have Reneza Rebels asking, am I going to be able to build a home before winter?
I hope you don't live somewhere cold, like really cold. Then you got to break ground real quick. Let's see. Can we tell by my face? What's my face telling you? I feel like you're going to hear word that something else has to be done, and I don't know, there's some other things that have to be put together. I see a messenger coming with some more information. I don't know if this is going to be completed before winter. That's just my feeling. So you're going to have to get some word or information handled now between, and remember Mercury is retrograde, there's a lot of things, there's a lot of opposition around the creation of things right now. So cutting it close. If I were to give you my direct energy, this is going to take more than 6 months to be completed. So you want to focus, take your emotions out of the picture, There's something from the past you need to address. Some information. There was a messenger that they showed me. So we're going to pray you get it done by November. But you're cutting it close. And you're asking the question because you already know that answer. You're asking the question because you know, I don't know if it's going to get done. Let's see what Sarah says. So Sarah says, you're on a new beginning. This is a great time, but you may be really ready by February to move in. But work on it. Can't give you a slam dunk yes on that one. So because we know the answer means in the energy, in the asking, we have the power to change. We have the power to get people to show up and get things done quickly, expeditiously for us. When we believe we are connected to God, things have a miraculous way of happening. That's why I hesitate when I don't want to say something against what people want to have happen, but I want you to know that when it's leaning in the opposite direction of our desire, because our desire is so strong, we have a way of attracting things that will facilitate the things we want, so it speeds it up and it avoids some of the obstacles that at this minute in time I am seeing coming forward. Thank you so much, Ranesa. What's her name?
I think she pronounced it
Ronisa. Thank you, Ronisa, for your Facebook question.
Next we got Melanie Little.
Poor Shanna Dorzette. She's like, I'm still here. Shanna Dorzette, you make it sound like you've been stranded on an island for 14 days and we forgot you.
I told everyone let us know they're still hanging out.
I'm still here, waiting for my answer. SarahSpiritual. Okay, what?
Please, Sarah.
Feed me, sir. Feed me. I want some more.
We got Melanie Little.
Melanie, good to see you. Our friend Melanie. She was hanging with us for Rob Mack. Oh yeah, Melanie. Yes, we were hanging in New York. Yeah, she's hilarious. Like, who's that in the picture? Yeah, when we went to hang with our friend Rob Mack in Miami right before this COVID thing went down, we were hanging with our friend Melanie. So Melanie, good to see you. Thank you for joining us.
Melanie's asking, where's my life partner and can he please hurry up?
Can't hurry, love. No, you just have to wait. You say love don't come easy. It's a game of give and take. How long must I wait? Oh, okay. I'll stop. Spirit's like, get her the answer, SarahSpiritual. She's waited long enough. She don't need a song. Oh, Melanie, where do I begin? Right now you're feeling tired, like you're feeling hogtied, like ain't nothing going right here in the land of love. But it's coming. You know what? I really see that we also had a disappointment that Melanie, you got to be a little more available, honey. You got to open the heart. You got to turn on your heart light. I'm feeling like you're a little blocked. You're holding on to a past experience. We got a little more healing to do. We got that little broken heart. Well, how do you mend a broken heart? Oh, sing it, Bee Gees. I don't know, right? They did the proud of you now, the broken heart. Okay, you got some choices coming, but I actually feel I'm gonna really figure this out for you. Oh, this is your year of love, and it is actually your year of love, so you don't have to wait too much longer, but you have a little healing to do between now and your birthday. When your birthday pops, like Jiffy Pop popcorn, and we get you back out in public, because Lord knows you're walking around in a mask, hiding in your house, so ain't much knocking on your door unless Amazon delivery can't even come up to your door anymore, because they're just like dropping the package and running like a thief in the night. So I guess we can't even like meet a cute Amazon delivery guy anymore. So Melanie, after your birthday, I feel like the energy steps into this unconditional divine love and divine connection. So we're going to look at the second half of 2020 into the beginning of 2021 into March. That's my window for love. You can't hurry love, but it is right around the corner. So Melanie, love is coming. Where's your life partner? Miami. Coming down your way. Thank you, Melanie, for your Facebook question. He just might be in Miami, yes? So I guess we got to come meet you, Melanie, in Miami and hang out with you.
I'm just walking down the wrong street, going the wrong direction.
Yeah, Melanie, could you change your route when you're out and about, please? Go to different Publix, play around with the fruit in the fruit aisle. Listen, I have made love connections for people in the fruit aisle. If you do what I tell you to do in the fruit aisle, I promise you, you're getting married. We'll have to do a fruit aisle love show with SarahSpiritual because it's powerful. What you can do with fruit and how you can attract a lover, 50 ways to leave your lover, 50 ways to attract a lover in a fruit aisle. Works every time. Yep, it's my favorite aisle. Okay,
before. Okay.
Yeah,
Stick
listen,
around here.
if you were in my reading room like a fly on the wall, the stuff I tell people to do, you know why I love you guys? Because you do what I suggest, and it works. So who's going to meet me on the fruit aisle of Whole Foods or Publix? Let's go. Follow me. I'll tell you what to do. Oh, who wants to retire? Who's going to retire?
Lourdes asking, when will I be retiring?
Lourdes, you cannot get out of that place fast enough, but I know you got a game plan. God laughs at he who has plans. Well, Lourdes, really? I have a feeling like you want to hang on to like June of next year. But it would be good if you can retire by December of this year. But I don't know, Spirit makes me feel like you might even have 2 more years that you want to stay. But I don't know that that's in your best interest. I know you're going to tell me, oh, I need the money, I got to have the money. Oh, just trust the universe. Girl, you got to get out of there. That's like alligators. They're going to eat you, chew you up, spit you out. Like alligator soup. Only you're the soup. I don't know. Oh, look, she's got a gator in her Facebook face. Hey. Lourdes, get out of there. But June of 2021 if you want an answer. But if you can get out by December 2020, I will run. Who else do we have?
Next, I want to go to Shayna. She wants to know the purpose of her and Mike.
Mike. You really want to know? Oh, really, Shayna? You were waiting for this? Oh, Shayna Dorset. What is going on with you? So, Shayna, first of all, this guy's got a lot to do with his career and his work, and he's got to get himself together, and you don't need projects. You need a partner. We got the right letter, P, but we don't want a project. We need a partner. And I don't feel that Mike is in a place to be your partner. So, wanted to know, what is the purpose of Mike? What's the purpose of peanut butter and jelly? Purpose of Mike. He's here to show you, for friendship, he's here to show you who you are and how you're not settling anymore. Nice guy, but he's not settled enough for what you're desiring. He may provide you a helping hand in something you're putting together. Feel like he's of assistance to you in some project or an idea, or good to bounce things off some company, but that's about it. Nope. Give me another. Go to the fruit aisle, Shayna. I think she lives in Texas. Go to the fruit aisle, Shayna. Leave Mike home. Okay, who else do we have?
We are going to go to Valvana. She just started an awakening course.
Shayna said amen to that. Amen to what? What are we amening? Amen. 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 Sing it, baby. Amen. What are we amening here? That he's a project? Like a pet project? Like a pet in a box? Like, what are we amening? Okay, what do we got? I'm sorry. Vilbana.
Yeah.
Amen. All right, what do we got?
So asking, am I going to find and remove my blocks?
Where do I begin to tell the story of how great a love can be? The sweet love story that is older than the tree. The simple truths about the love he brings to me. He fills my heart. Avabona, your block is in your worthiness of being a messenger and being awake. You're already awake, Vilbona. You just need to awaken within you the fact that you're worthy and remind yourself that you are godlike in all that you do, and you're a magnificent human being that brings a bright light to the world. And there's love everywhere around you. So The way you remove your blocks is to go back to the early learned memories that made you feel as if you weren't worthy. I highly suggest you go to my website, SarahSpiritual.com, and look up soul integration. Hopefully we will pop the link in the feed for you, Valbona, and you can investigate how you and I can work together to navigate the fragmented, disrupted parts that making you feel that you're not worthy, and that will help remove the blocks, and you'll be fine. But congratulations, I'm working on an awakening course, because if there was ever a time to wake up, people, oh, the universe is ringing the bell. Time to wake up. You can ring my bell, ring my bell, universe calling, ring my bell. All right, who else we got?
Next, I want to go
I think I ate too many Greek olives today.
no extra olives for you.
No more extra olives for me.
We got Fran Craft. She
Fran
says,
Craft.
so many of my friends and family are so worried about the COVID-19, but I feel that there's no reason for me to worry. Is that because I have been through this before?
I do believe you've been through it before. Great question. And because fear lowers the immune system and allows things to penetrate, listen, everyone, we have to be cautious. Have you ever been in the house with someone who was really, really sick? I mean, you took all these precautions to not get sick, and sometimes you got sick anyway, but a lot of times we could avoid it. We kind of kept them isolated. So we have to keep ourselves a little isolated. We need to be aware, and we need to do what we need to do to stay in the frequency of God. And I feel like as we raise our vibration and we bring ourselves up, up, up in the energy, that frequency makes it harder for disease to latch in. And as we're doing our spiritual work and settling in our emotions, it makes it more difficult for things to pull us down. And Fran, you've been doing a lot of spiritual work on yourself this year and last year. I know you've been following our show for a while, so thank you for that. And it's attuning you to a higher frequency. So you are correct. You've been through this and many things before, and you are breaking through some limited beliefs, especially around lack and disease, but lack being the greater. So you will be abundant beyond measure in this lifetime. Let go of the belief of lack, and everything will change for you. Thank you, Fran Craft, for your Facebook question. Who else do we have here? I said lack, and we got, this is poor Fran Craft holding on to her money. She's like, oh Lord, please let me have more, please let me have more, please, please, please. I only got like four little stars. I got one under each foot, and I got one in my hand and one I'm holding in my belly, Lord. I only got four stars, going once, twice, three times. They take 1 star, only got 3 stars. She's going to be worried about her money. Don't worry, let go of lack. Who else we got?
I have Vanessa. She says, am I being protected from my son's father in every way?
You are, but there's a really strong karmic connection between you and your son's father, and that's why it became so adversarial and very bizarre is the word they give me. The relationship was bizarre, Vanessa. And yes, you're being protected. He is kind of cold, calculating. He reads, I'm not a doctor, so I can't diagnose, but if I were to use a word that I am not authorized to use, he kind of reads like a sociopath or a psychopath. He's a little strange. So yes, you are being protected. Ask Archangel Michael to shield you up and cut the cords that bind you to this karmic experience, because this is a heavy one, honey. This is a heavy one. We want to let it go, let it go, let it go. You are protected. Thank you, Vanessa, for your Facebook question. How's everyone doing here on Facebook? Thank you for joining us on this Sunday Fun Day. Happy Father's Day, new moon, summer solstice, solar eclipse, and what else? Mercury retrograde. Everything else. Everything retrograde. We should do an everything retrograde show. That's next Sunday Fun Day. Everything retrograde is all going backwards. We're all going to hell. Just kidding. Okay. Feels that way sometimes. All right, what do we got?
We got Patricia Patella asking, do you see a move for work out of real estate? Or work out of the state?
Do I see a move for work out of state? That's a 6, right? Okay, got it. It actually would suit you to move, Patricia. I actually feel like you need to get out of Dodge. I do feel that. So, but I feel like move for work out of state is closer to it's closer to 2021. I don't feel the move now. I feel like we've got to move soon, but not so soon. That doesn't make sense, but there's some miscommunication, some words that aren't quite together in this plan yet, but there is a job out of state that can be yours if in the choosing you desire it. So get ready to move and look for that to happen towards the end of the year. You really close out some old doors and get a new beginning to your life in 2022. And between now and mid-2021, we're just cleaning up things that no longer serve us. That's why I feel like there's a move coming, but it may be closer to 2021 or more in the middle of 2021, about a year within this next year's time, but it's further out than right now. Thank you, Patricia. Do take that move if you can, and enjoy a new life that you're going to create for yourself. Who else do we have here in our Facebook feed?
Yes, I got Miss Joy Christina. The time has finally come. Spent a fun night together, but I froze. Will we have another good chance for serious communication? Am I on the right path with him? And seeing pregnancy because she is getting signs.
Joy, that's a lot of stuff going on. What? There's a chance for serious communication. We said you would meet this person. We are on track with this. You need to explore this relationship. Are you on the right track? Yes, you are on the right track. But do not get ahead of yourself. Like, I don't know why we're talking about pregnancy. Like, if we're freezing in conversation, we should not be defrosting any eggs. Right? Got to keep it even here, Joy Christina Wright. But you're on the right track, and I feel like there'll be more communication. We need to have a deeper level of conversation. We need to be more vulnerable. We need to be more connected here, Joy Christina Wright. So I will tell you that baby steps on this one. You froze because you weren't quite feeling comfortable with yourself, and now you have to trust yourself and know that you are worthy of the relationship you desire. He's a good guy, so let's see how this is going to unfold for you. Baby steps, and I am not even going to make a comment on the pregnancy baby thing, because, girl, that needs to be in the background somewhere. Do not go down any baby aisle. Stick to the fruit aisle, honey. Don't go down the baby aisle. Don't be picking up no Pampers. All right, thank you, Joy Christina Wright. Glad you had your connection. You'll have another connection again. Who else do we have here?
Next, I have Margie Tucker.
Margie Tucker, yes. We got a lot of people who are like, did you get my question? Did you? Helena, could you speed it up?
I got everybody's questions so far, as long as y'all specific.
All right. So if you want a message from Spirit, could you ask us a specific question as to what arena you want to go in with Spirit pertaining to? That makes it a little easier, because let me explain this to you. I'm sitting there, I look up to Spirit, and there's all these departments of life, right? Areas of life. And I scan it. That's a lot. I can't just go, shh, oh, let me pull this down. Because when you all ask that question, I know what goes on in your heads. You have compartment number 1, and if I don't pick the right compartment number 1, because you want Spirit to know you want that compartment, in the 3 seconds it takes for me to answer the question, I would rather have the question so I can go right to the department, get you detailed information, give it to you with accuracy so that you can go off and fulfill what I see, and then we are all connected. Okay, so Margie Tucker wants to know her path. Margie Tucker, what a heart you have. What a emotional connected being you are, and what great job you have done with other human beings. This is what Spirit is telling me. And although last year may have been rough and bumpy, this year we've wiped the slate clean, and your path is to be in an energy of making a difference in people's lives, but not doing for them, showing them how to do it and guiding others. Margie Tucker, I also, for some reason, I feel like there's a lot of fluency in your words and how you express yourself. So I feel like there's verbiage or words that need to be put on a paper, some blog, some information, some guidance that you can provide others. This will help you as well as help others. Your path is to be a leader, a mentor, a teacher, a guide for others. Now that can be articulated and expressed in the physical realization in so many different ways. So I encourage you to feel the feelings of what it feels like when you're doing different things and say, oh wow, I could do more of this, or I could do it this way every day. So go with that feeling, but I feel like this heart of yours is so big, you could do so much for mankind. Follow your heart and make a difference in people's lives every day, and then you will be on the right path. Margie Tucker, thank you. Who else do we have? I think I need water here.
Yes. I got Miss Tiffany Stone, and she's wondering, are we going to be together?
Will you still love me tomorrow? Margie Tucker. Margie Tucker has something else coming for her. Hold on. Margie Tucker, there's something in the love life or something. There's some connection and love for Margie Tucker. They were just telling me, Margie Tucker's got, she's asking about her path, but there's something about love for you, Margie Tucker. So some realization of love. It has to do with partnership. So I have to give you that to you because Spirit was still talking to me and I couldn't let that go. Okay, so we have Tiffany, yes? Tiffany Stone. Will we be together? Love will keep us together. Think of me, babe, whenever some sweet talking guy comes along, singing his song. Okay. Yes. There is a strong connection. This person is intense, though. So we have to develop a rapport that allows the two of you to express yourselves, but the other person doesn't get triggered. This person seems to get triggered a little easily, so that might make it a little... There's something about this relationship that feels like it's a little bit of work for you, so it doesn't feel as smooth. But yes, you two are going to or can be together. I do see that in the energy, but I feel like it's going to take a little bit more work, or we've got to file down and smooth down some rough edges, because I don't feel like we had an easy start, or we started easy, then it got a little rocky, and now we're kind of back on track. So we've got to let go of the past or that rocky moment, learn from it, and let it go. Then you can be together. That's how they show it to me. Thank you, Tiffany Stone, for your Facebook question. Give me some feedback here. All right, so who else do we have here?
I'm going to YouTube because I've got Terry.
Terry in YouTube.
She's really enjoying her humor today.
Thank you.
And she's wanting to get back into that joyful vibe. What do I need to do to be doing to get out of my persistent funky blue mood?
Play that funky music. Okay, here we go. Let's see, my dear. I have for you, interesting. So you have to do one thing every day that makes you happy. You have to do one thing every day that makes you feel connected to God. And you have to do one thing every day that expresses gratitude to yourself, to others, or to God. That's what you have to do. If you do 3 things a day, those 3 things, you will get out of your funk. Staying aligned with the divine presence, aligned with God, being in the gratitude, and really feeling love is going to make all the difference in the world. You need to take your mind, Terry, out of the grind. That's why we got to change the scenery, got to change the routine, got to keep it moving, okay? And we are moving forward in this time for you of almost like restriction, like you had yourself on some kind of restriction because you were afraid. We got to lose the fear and the restriction so we can open you up to some new possibilities. But thank you, Terry, for your Facebook question. I appreciate you for following the show. And thank you for enjoying the show. I appreciate that as well. Who else do we have here before we change gears? We've got some more cool things that we've got coming up for us here on this soul.
I've got Denise.
Denise.
She met a guy. Should she let him be, or is there a connection?
Denise, is this the same guy? What? Denise? There's not a connection that's a strong enough connection. You met a guy. He's a guy. He's not a piece of fruit in the fruit aisle, so that's good. And he's not too out there, so that's good. But again, I don't feel like it's a strong connection. I don't feel like it's a strong connection. I feel like it's just you met a guy. We meet people all the time. You met a guy, it's okay, but it's not something that's going to stand the test of time. So thank you for that question. Who else do we have? That birthday feels familiar to me, Denise. Let me know if it's the same guy you asked me about on the radio show.
Next we're going to go to Lena Nicole. She says, do you see me moving somewhere else within the next few months and allowing my spirit and intuition to guide me?
Yes. You know what? I'm looking over here in the feed, though. Maureen Pucci is like, is there a song for everything? Yes, there's a song for everything. Maureen Pucci, I got a song for everything. A song applies to everything. Absolutely. There's always a song. I got a song in my heart. Okay. Lana. Okay. Lana, I feel like discovering love and moving are synonymous. I feel like you need to follow your heart and go on an adventure. And by going on this adventure, your soul, your spirit becomes free. It is when we are free of restrictions that we can find love. Love finds you when you least expect it. Love is always full of surprises. And love comes when you say you don't want love, love comes. Love comes when you given up on love and you think love is never showing up. Love comes not when we are worried or holding on to the past or still suffering or looking down. Love comes when we are free. And for you, planning and executing a move will create a freedom, create a new vibe, and shift and suck that person right into your vortex. And man, we got love coming. So follow your heart. It's not that you move to find love, and it's not that we either move or find love. It's that when we choose to make a move and a change, it makes it easier for life to recalibrate and bring love right in front of your path. So you know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, undeniably, it is the right love. All right? Thank you so much, Lana McCall, for that Facebook question. Who else do we have here?
We're going to go to Francis. Francis needs some guidance for future and career choice and movement.
So, Francis, the first thing that I see here for you is the best way to make the right career choice is what allows you to express your creativity, what allows you to color outside the lines of life, what allows you to live outside the box. It's really important for you to make that kind of move. And Spirit is telling me that we want to go to the mystical wisdom cards for this for you. And let's see what we got here. You want to daydream about it, and you want to find your way to abundance because there's more money coming for you. You need some guidance for the future of your career. You need to choose something that has an upward movement, that allows you to express your dreams and creativity, and that will bring you additional money. That's where you're going to see and find your choice right here in our card cam. Thank you so much, Francis Portia, for that Facebook question. Who else do we have here?
You did card cam, and I didn't even put it up. I didn't even see. I've got Jennifer. She would love some guidance on this magical day. What does she need to do now?
Jennifer DeFeo, really and truly step into the power of love. This magical day, you need to write a love letter to yourself, and you need to write a letter of forgiveness to anyone that you feel has slowed up your path or didn't work out the way you wanted it to, so that you can shift the energy. This is a powerful time to burn out old energies and to illuminate your own conscious connection. And we're going to go to the cam here because they want you to take a leap of faith. We have the Dove card here for you, and this Dove card is offering you this opportunity to leap of faith. We need to take a leap of faith, and we need to express ourselves. And the Dove embraces the entire world, all the aspects of life. And for you to embrace all the aspects of life will open up new doors of possibilities for you. So write a love letter to yourself. You can write a love letter of forgiveness to all those that you feel have kind of slowed up the path with you, that we have some unresolved emotions around. And you can even write a letter of thank you to God. If you do that in this next 24 hours, you will begin a very powerful summer solstice energy, new moon energy, and really kind of let things move forward for you. Thank you, Jennifer DeFeo, for your Facebook question. Who else do we have here?
Next, I got Cindy asking, will I ever catch this cat, or does she not want me to catch her? She is in a bad neighborhood, and I am worried about that.
Did you put out a can of tuna? I don't know too many cats that refuse a can of tuna. Bumblebee. Yeah, not albacore white. Too dry and flaky. No, get the other one. Did you try tuna? What cat doesn't stop for tuna? Will you ever catch this cat? This cat is a free spirit and doesn't want, it's really more of a feral cat, an alley cat. So it doesn't really want to be caught. So I'm going to give you an exercise here, because I know, Cindy, you want to protect the cat and save the cat. I understand that's your method. So I want you to see yourself sitting in front of the cat. We went from fruit, everyone, to talking to cats and the soul process. So now we're going to talk to a cat's soul. And Cindy, very seriously, I want you to see yourself telling the cat what you want to do for the cat. And that you're not going to limit the cat, but you want the cat to be safe and loved and feel the energy of the freedom of love, as opposed to the freedom that it's experienced. And you want to make sure that it's cared for and that it has the protection and it has the energy of love all around it. See yourself talking to the cat, and ask Saint Francis, the patron saint of animals, to go with you when you bring a can of tuna, and see if we can get the cat to come eat the tuna. And hopefully you can win the cat over a little period of time with tuna, and then the cat will let you pet the cat without trying to catch the cat. And then once we've earned the cat's trust, we can pick up the cat, and then we've caught the cat. Try that. Let me know how that goes. Thank you.
Your cat's heard you talking about tuna.
Why are they here now?
You might owe somebody a can.
They were like, where's the tuna?
A little head.
Yeah, my cats get albacore tuna sometimes when I'm eating it, but who else do we have?
I got Ariana. She's looking for some guidance regarding her dance and artistic career.
I see a lot of spiritual energy around your dance. I feel like you're connected to a spiritual guide, which is a gypsy. I see so much energy of transformation for you, and I feel like see, here's the tough part. I was about to say, I feel like you need to go on tour. And Spirit was like, SarahSpiritual, did you forget there's a lockdown? Ain't nobody going anywhere. But eventually I see you going on tour. I see you connecting with people, but I see you doing spiritual dance, not soul train dance, spiritual dance, and I feel like that's going to make a difference for you. Do some filming, do some critiquing, do some work, and work with others. You're also a great teacher, so follow that energy so that you can express your dance as well as create revenue for yourself while enjoying what you do. It is going to take, this year we're going to kind of fine tune some things. Next year is like a real full throttle rush to everything you want. So if this year seems a little choppy or disconnected in the artistry and the expression of your artistry, just trust, it's coming. It's going to all come together in 2021. Thank you, Ariana, for that Facebook question. And trust your intuition, my cards say here. That's Ariana's card that I pulled for her. Right there, intuition. I love the artistry in these cards. Who else do we have? Switch it back, Elaine. Keep it going. Keep it going. We're going to keep it going for a little bit here. We got some other work to do for you all here. We're not done with you on this summer solstice. We got a summer loving had me a blast. All right, what do we got?
Lenore Wise, can you help guide me out of this maze?
Oh. I know. It has not been no siree doodle an easy 2 years. And really giving yourself the opportunity to just pick one thing to change is going to open up a new door out of the maze. But for some reason, you're feeling responsible and holding on to things and people that it's just not working for you anymore. And the opening that I see coming for you, Leonora, is one of greatness, light, love, and freedom. And I feel as if there's a catalyst of change, and I feel a lot of anxiety around you. So I'm feeling panic, like I feel like you feel panicked and like you're never going to get out, and you're never going to get out, and it's never going to change, and you're feeding the frenzy. You've got to release that. And when I step you into August and September, there's a shift, and there'll be like a door opening for you. And that's when you need to make the change. And I feel like there's a move coming for you as well. So get everything ready. Get it ready. It's like if someone were to knock on the door and say, go today, you'd be ready to go. And you're going to look for the opportunity for change. You've got to change one thing, and it's like it rearranges the whole picture, and then you see your walkway out. Between now and mid-August to September, that's when things are going to start to manifest. And so look for the clues in this, Leonora. And I do hope, Leonora, one day you and I connect for a personal reading session. If you'd like to have a personal reading with me, you can visit me at SarahSpiritual.com and check out the sessions that I have for you. I'd love to connect with you all personally on a one-to-one. We love doing these Sunday Fundays, and we love connecting with you on our radio show on every Wednesday night from 6 to 8 p.m. We've got some interesting things coming down the pike, we got some interesting things coming down the pike. That's what we're going to say for right now. And we hope you continue to follow us as we make some shifts and changes, as the world shifts and changes as well. It's been a really heavy energy, so if any of you are feeling a little out of sorts, a little foggy, feeling weighed down, like we need to do some healing, we need to release, well, we do. And there's a lot of emotions that have to be released. So if you stay with us for 2 minutes and 2 seconds, we want to come back to you, but we're going to open up the doors for healing. And yes, we're going to continue to give you messages. And yes, you're going to give me a word, you're going to give me a thought, you're going to give me a feeling, and we're going to put some music to that. And if there was ever a time, a solar eclipse, a summer solstice, a new moon, to really embrace the healing energy, now's the time. Join us, stay with us, give us 2 and 2, and we will be right back.
The world differently now. I can find the love in everything now. If I can walk in someone else's shoes now, I will know what it is to be. Oh, the world differently, the world differently. Everyone is here for a reason. Everyone is here to shine their love. If I could see the world differently now, I'd be seeing me as one with you. If I can see the love within me now, I will see the love in you. We all come to shine our light now. We all come to be all we can be, just you and me. If I could see love in everything now, I would see the world differently now. So I will take my vision in my mind now, and I'll see love, and I'll see love, and I'll see I'll see love. If I can see the world differently now, I can find the love in everything now. everywhere. If I can find the stillness in my mind, I will see the world differently, the world differently. Everyone is here for a reason. If I could see the world differently now, I'd be seeing me as one with you. If I can see the love within me now, I will see the love in you. We all come to shine